Hey guys, I'm here with something absolutely new. This company called, what are they called? iHub.global. They have these little hotspot devices where you can just plug them in your home and earn cryptocurrency called HNTs. I'm just being introduced to it, but I wanted to play a couple of videos so that you guys can see if it's something that you would like to do. Let me know what you think. I'm just diving into it myself, so I'll be doing regular videos to let you know what it's all about, but you're going to watch the introductory videos right when I am. So let me know what you think, guys.
Do you know who owns your wireless network? Most likely, some ginormous big brand tech company with stacks and stacks of moolah. Well, what if you were able to own part of a similar network, which is growing constantly every day? It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT network. Heard of it? It powers billions of all those helpful things like our beautiful smart devices, life-saving medical sensors, security monitors, remote tracking devices, and the list goes on. So now you know you could help power all that and get paid for it in Helium, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You know the digital currency that's super secure because it's kept in an online fortress of solitude called blockchain technology? But you might have known that. And all that happens from this one little device called a Helium Hotspot you can get from iHub Global. All you do is plug it in and start earning or mining helium automatically, which goes directly into your account. Simple as that. You basically earn money by doing practically nothing, so you can afford to spend more time with who's important to you. Earnings vary based on where you live, and iHub will show you simple ways to track how much you earn every day. You can also bring in your family and friends to earn more as an affiliate. And they'll earn too while we build the biggest network in the world together. And eventually, your earnings go even higher and higher with our shared hosting plan. Okay, then why iHub Global, you ask? Because it's free to start. Our mission is growing the network by more of us owning the network. We'll do it together with simple training on the basics. We'll also show you simple earning strategies to grow. By using our proprietary app called Helium Track, you can track your hotspots and run virtual simulations to place free hotspots in the best locations to further expand your network of affiliates and earnings. Who knew owning this network could be so easy? So if you're ready, let's grow together with iHub Global. Join and request a hotspot for your home or office today for free.
Okay, guys, and that looks very interesting to me. I know that it's free to sign up now and there's no monthly fee, but I do think they may charge for shipping. I'm not entirely sure. That's the sense that I got from just perusing the site. But let's go ahead and take a look at the longer video that goes into the ins and outs.
Welcome, my name is Trevor Angel from Essex in the UK. We're going to be talking about three things. The internet hardly anybody knows anything about, and how we the people are going to own it. And third, the income we can earn from it. So let's talk about the internet that is already bigger than any network or phone network on the planet right now. And it's projected to grow tenfold. It's called the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things. And although it sounds a bit weird, it actually explains what it does very clearly. It's an independent internet, independent of the internet we know and use. Another internet that exists already and is there solely to provide internet coverage for things.
The Internet of Things is all about connecting previously dumb objects, such as light bulbs and cameras, to the network. Thermostats, washing machines, cars, buildings, and many more things can be embedded with software and sensors that lets them collect and exchange data. At home, that means people can control the heating using an app or turn on the lights remotely. You could even set a timer to water the garden while you're on holiday. And at city scale, the Internet of Things can generate real-time information with sensors in the road monitoring the flow of traffic and a public app showing available parking spots.
We're talking gadgets and devices that send and receive data for all kinds of reasons. Right now, there are 8.4 billion devices using the Internet of Things to send and receive data. It's an $800 billion market. It's projected this will grow to 75 billion devices and $2.4 trillion market. Let's look at some of the things that use the Internet of Things to send and receive data. First, the home. All these gadgets and devices use the Internet to send and receive data. But they don't use Wi-Fi. They use the other Internet, the Internet of Things. What about outside? Supermarket trolley tracking, drones, farming equipment, wearable health monitors, smart factory equipment, crowd flow, location tracking, air quality, and vending machines that order their own products by sending data, telling the companies that certain lines are getting low on stock. When you get a delivery, the company is sent data to say it's delivered, and you get a text. All of that uses the Internet of Things. The amount of devices sending and receiving data is endless. So how do companies pay to use the Internet of Things to send and receive their data? At the moment, they pay for it through the usual suspects, the expensive cellular data companies. But in 2013, a bunch of guys had an audacious idea of developing a global peer-to-peer network of units they call Helium Hotspots. These devices connect with each other, and rather than having a big tech company with everything centralized, they decided to decentralize the whole thing. And they call it the People's Network. They allow us as individuals to purchase a Helium Hotspot unit, hook it up, and together we're building a network that spreads across the globe. The Internet of Things uses LoRaWAN, which is Long Range Wide Area Network. It's radio frequency technology, which is a long-range, low-power, wireless platform that has become the de facto technology for Internet of Things networks worldwide. In other words, devices send and receive data using a wireless radio frequency, which is very close to FM radio. So it uses radio waves similar to those used on your radio to listen to radio stations like BBC, Capital Radio, and all the other hundreds of radio stations, and by design is also very secure too. Here you can see the Helium Hotspot unit. It's quite small, only 10 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters, which is approximately 4 inches by 2 inches by 3 inches, which nicely fits on your windowsill. We connect it to our internet connection. It does not use your Wi-Fi. Instead, it broadcasts a radio signal. It's very low powered, using only 5 watts, which is equivalent to an LED light. It's about £1, $1, €1 per month on your electric bill. The range depends on the environment. Rural areas, 10 miles or more. Dense areas, 1 mile. So we're buying these units called Helium Hotspots, and they link together to provide internet coverage for companies to use their devices to send and receive data. Why would companies want to switch from the cellular data companies to us, the People's Network? Cost. It's 100 times cheaper to use the People's Network than use existing expensive data plans. So how do companies pay to use the People's Network? Through a currency specifically created for the People's Network. It's called the Helium Network Token, a token purely for the People's Helium Network. Companies buy data credits in helium tokens to pay for usage, and as said, it's far cheaper than existing data plans. So what does the business world think about this project? Fast Company considered it one of the 10 most innovative consumer electronics in 2020. These devices actually first became available in the market in the summer of 2019. That's when Time magazine did their evaluation, considering it one of the best inventions of the year. Decrypt from the cryptocurrency world talked about when Helium flipped the switch on their innovative wireless for the Internet of Things. And Fortune magazine talks about how major companies like Lime Scooters and Nestle are already migrating their Internet of Things into the network processes using the Helium network. And here's the best bit. We get paid for providing the coverage. Our Helium Hotspot unit earns the same tokens for doing the job of helping to provide the coverage. So how many tokens does our unit earn, and what is that in real money? Let's see how that works. We are iHub Global, and we've partnered with the Helium network as the only business offering an affiliate program, which means we're not only earning from our own Helium Hotspot unit, but also from those we refer to. This is unique and exclusive, and as you'll see, we're in front of a huge wave of opportunity. So take first mover advantage. Here we need to make the point that no income is guaranteed. Past results may not be predictive of future results. So what's the bottom line? What's in it for us? How much can you actually earn and adding it to the network? It's free to join. There's no member fees, no monthly fees, no auto ships. The key is to refer at least another 2 or 3 close by in an area where you can be generating anywhere from 50 tokens a month to 50 tokens a day. The more hotspot units around you increases the Helium tokens, which increases your income, of course. Each unit known as Helium Hotspots earns Helium tokens. Let's first see how much one token is worth. Well, today it's worth $15 for one token.
So what's in it for us? Why are we going to go ahead and get one of these devices, put it into the network? Well, something that we're excited to be sharing. There's zero cost involved in getting these hotspots. You've got an opportunity for getting one of these devices to put into your location without anything out of pocket. There's no monthly fees. There's nothing involved with it. But it does mean in order to really generate significant helium that you need to have at least 3 units nearby where you are to form what we call a cluster. When you do that, you can be earning as much as 50 helium tokens a month from one of those devices to 50 helium tokens a week or more, depending on how many units are in the area. The more units in the area, typically, the more helium production that's created through something that they call proof of coverage, which is their mechanism that's generating the helium tokens. Proof of coverage, creating the coverage for the IoT devices. So what's the value of these tokens? Well, it was first exchangeable about a year ago on the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance. And when that happened, this company, Pick a Crypto, did an analysis of where they saw this entire model going, and they were so impressed with it, they actually thought that the value of the token could exceed $5 before the end of 2020. Well, they didn't quite hit that mark. It did get a little over $4 in late September. But in their analysis, more importantly, they felt that between now and 2025, the token could be getting into the $40 to $80 range per token. And we've had other people doing more extensive evaluations talking about that being considerably more. But where is helium right now? It's currently about $12.50. It's kind of bouncing around to like $11 to $15 right now in the last month. Helium, cryptocurrency has been kind of bouncing around a bit. Helium's been doing exceedingly well in that, but it is definitely on the way to moving into the projections that people are talking about. So let's talk a little bit about our company, iHub Global, of which I'm one of the co-founders of the company. Just as Helium did their analysis of what was going on in the world of the Internet of Things back in 2013, we did an analysis starting 10 months ago what was going on in the helium business model and the helium community that has been created as a result of that business model. And we saw that there was a massive opportunity to put together an affiliate program to rapidly expand the awareness of this, to help people get involved in building this network around the world, and putting together a leveraged commission structure to essentially incentivize that even in a much greater way than the original incentive model that Helium created with their cryptocurrency proof of coverage concept within the miners themselves. And so we got together with the world's largest authorized supplier of these Helium Hotspots, a company called CalChip Connect. We explained what we wanted to do, and they help us with some of their connections to put together the ability to have units that were specifically programmed to allow us to do something that is really unique with iHub, and that is to create a distribution model where the amount of helium that is created by a unit is able to be dispersed through a model to really drive this whole mechanism. But this whole concept provides an opportunity completely unprecedented. So we like to look at this thing from a very realistic point of view as kind of a passive income generator, something that's independent of what's going on in the world of the pandemic or the world economy. We're not an MLM company. We're an affiliate program with an unbelievably powerful commission structure built into it. You don't have to get involved in recruiting people in order to participate. Although when you see and understand this concept, you'll recognize there's an opportunity to get a piece of the action of what's going on with countless numbers of other of these devices around the world as this network is being built globally. And then once you get this device, you take it, you plug it in. It only uses less than $1 a month in electricity. You hook it up to your internet connection. It uses very little of your internet bandwidth. And then it syncs to the Helium blockchain, and it starts generating these Helium tokens 24/7, 365 days a year. So in our model, our concept has to do with leverage. Now, for 40 years, I've referred to this J. Paul Getty quote where he said that he'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of his own. And so we've kind of taken that and sort of restructured that in relative to iHub Global. My partner Chuck came out with the expression that he'd rather have 5, 10, 15% of hundreds, thousands or more hotspots than 100% of his own. And let me explain how that works within our iHub affiliate global model. So if you take a look at a unit earning 100 Helium tokens, and how long it takes to earn that 100 Helium tokens is going to depend on the placement, the number of other units in the vicinity. So whether it's a week, a month, or 3 months, let's just say, because it's a nice round number, it earned 100 Helium tokens. So how do we distribute that? Well, 40% of that 100 or 40 tokens is going to go to the location where one of these units is placed. And remember, there's no cost to the person having where that location is. So they're going to get up to 40%. I'll explain how it's up to 40% a little later, but imagine it at 40%. So 40 of those 100 tokens on the location. The person that referred that individual to Helium, that reached out to them to say, hey, you really need to put one of these in your location. And even being able, because of our new software acquisition, to evaluate that location in advance and say, hey, this is what you're going to earn. You got a good chance of earning 40 Helium tokens a month or every other month in your location based on the intelligence of our software. They're going to get 10% of that 100 tokens for referring that individual, or 10 tokens. And then we've got other aspects of our commission structure, another 4 different 5% portions of it that are based on different activities in our affiliate program that I'll cover lightly as well, that also get paid out. And that leaves 30%, so 70 out of 100 tokens, or 70%, of what this miner is creating is getting paid back to the field. Another 30% is going to the investors that are actually involved in purchasing these units so that we can provide them to the people that are hosting the units. to our partners involved and to iHub to make this whole process a reality. So let's take a look at some actual activity. Every single one of these Helium hotspots, including our own iHub miners, are on the Helium blockchain, and that makes them completely publicly accessible, totally transparent, no smoke and mirrors. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Currently there, you can see there are a bunch of units there, probably in the many thousands of units. We've hardly scratched the surface. It's going to take probably, I'm guessing, and it is somewhat of an educated guess, 20 to 30 million units to completely cover every city around the world to have this IoT network so these devices can get to the internet. And that's the goal of the company, and one that we'll be accomplishing over the next 3 to 5 years. So in this application, we can zoom into any one area and take a look at what each individual dot is doing. This is just zooming into the London area. So you can see all these dots represent individual units. The pink ones are units that have not yet gone online. They're in the process of going online. I want to take a look at some specific units to give you a sense about this. And to do that, I'm going to start off over in Vero Beach, Florida. I'm going to take a look at a particular unit now. And so every one of these units has got this kind of fun name to it. It's 2 adjectives and a name of an animal. This is the Trendy Tan Duck. So what we're looking at here in white is this Trendy Tan Duck. What we're looking at here with these gold dots with the lines going to them is represented by units in the area. Now, so what is this Trendy Tan Duck generated over the last 30 days? Well, it's generated 190 helium tokens over the last 30-day period. So what would that actually represent? To the person that got the unit, he would get 40%. That's 75 helium tokens. At about $12.50 per token right now, that would represent $945 that Rick earned with zero cost out of his pocket other than $1 a month in electricity for putting one of those units in his facility. And the person that referred Rick would get 10%, or 19 tokens times $12.50. That's $238 for referring Rick for doing this. Okay, I want that to sink in for a second, because in this example, not a single person paid anything other than Rick paying $1 a month in electricity for doing it. The person in iHub, there's no cost to become an iHub affiliate. There was no cost for him to make that referral to Rick. And yet it's generated $238 for the referrer and $900+ for Rick for doing it. So when you think about that for a second, you're going, well, this is crazy. Where's the money coming from to buy all these units? Well, remember, in our model, we pay our investors a portion of what each unit is generating, and they're very happy to participate in it because the numbers are very exciting. Let's take a look over in the London area. I want to go to the Strong Sand Chicken here. This is south of London, you can see, south of the Thames. This Strong Sand Chicken over the last 30 days has generated 219 helium tokens. If that person was a member of iHub, what they would get, they pay nothing out of pocket to get that unit in there, and they would get 40% of 219 tokens, or about 88 tokens at $12.50. And that 130-day period, that's over $1,000 US, about $1,100 US that they get, because they're essentially agreeing to help expand the network and put one of these units in their location. But the person that referred them, very simply, would get about 22 tokens at $12.50, $275 in today's value. But I do want to point out that the value of these tokens is projected to increase significantly. And so I encourage people who are part of iHub, like ourselves, to not just rush out the minute you get a helium token that you've earned from this and spending every one of them and converting them into pounds or euros, but to spend some time holding on to some of them, whatever you can afford to do. My partner Chuck got involved in a Bitcoin company back in 2013 and earned thousands and thousands of Bitcoins. And then in later in 2013, when Bitcoin hit a high of $12, like helium is right now, he sold every one of them and thought that he had hit the lottery. But 10 years later, when Bitcoin exceeded $10,000 per unit, he realized that he would have been much wiser to have held back on some of those Bitcoin. So he could have gotten $10,000 for a token rather than $12 that he got 7 years prior to that. Actually, it was only 4 years prior to that, in 2017, when it got to $10,000 per coin. Let's take a look at one more. This is the shallow Walnut Yak. This is a little bit west of London, kind of between Chiswick and Kensington. This unit is received over the last 30 days, 561 tokens. If you were the referrer of that individual, you reached out and told them about iHub, they got one of these units into their location, they would get 40% of 561. So 561 times 40% at $12.50 per token, that's $2,800 US they would have gotten for this one 30-day period within what they're doing. So that's pretty amazing. And then if you were the one that referred that individual, you would have gotten 10%, 56 times 12.5. That would have been $700 that you earned with nothing out of pocket. You don't even have to have one of these units in your own location. And yet, just for being part of iHub and doing that referral, you would able to get a crazy amount of money. Now, this is a high earning unit. This is not the norm. The average is around 100, like I said. Again, in this example, the average unit is earning 100 helium tokens. Okay, so let's say how this works. In iHub Global, if you choose to start sharing this information with other potential iHub affiliates, like many on this call are doing, then as you start to put your team together, you're going to be building 4 separate, discrete teams. Each one of those teams has earning potential different from other teams. It starts with the first 5 people that you refer that have a unit. And so I'm going to basically show you the first 5 people is essentially generating 10% referral bonus to you for doing that. That's the number I've been using in these examples. But once you start building your second team, which begins with your 6th person, a total of 10 people, 6 through 15, you're getting an additional 5%. That's one of those 5% codes. This one's called a bronze code that I showed you on that pie chart. And then once you get to your 16th through your 25th person, now you're getting 2 of those codes, the bronze 5% code, the silver 5% code. And once you get to your 26th person on, unlimited, how many people you refer to this, you're getting 25%. So again, this is the 10% referral, the 10% referral plus the 5% code, the 10% referral plus 2 of those 5% codes, the 10% referral plus 3 of those 5% codes that you were getting. So if we went to that example of that unit that generated 561 tokens, just using that as an example, I know it's kind of an outlier, but nonetheless, if you would refer that individual, instead of 10%, if they were your 26th one that you put together, you would actually get 25% of 561 tokens at 12.5 tokens. That would be $1,753 that you earn from that one 30-day period off of that one referral that didn't cost a penny out of your pocket and didn't cost a penny out of the pocket of the person that placed that unit. Let that sink in for a second and put this in perspective. So in this example, we're going to use 35 people. There's an unlimited number of people that you can have on your gold team. It starts with 26, but there's 5 direct people in your pro team, 10 in your bronze, 10 in your silver. So if we have 5 times 100, remember each one of these things is averaging 100 tokens monthly. That would be 50 tokens a month you're earning off of the 10% of those 5 people. Off of the 10 bronze people you personally shared this with, that would be 150. The 10 that are the silver, that would be 200. And if you only had 10, just to keep these numbers consistent in your gold team, then that would be 250. So a total of 35 people that you've shared this with that got units, that would be 650 tokens a month. If you continue that over the course of a year, 7,800 tokens a year that you're earning. If it was only at $12.50 a token, that's over 97,000 US that you're earning off of 35 people getting a unit where nobody put any money out of their pocket to do it. I mean, that is extraordinary. Now, it doesn't just stop there, because these 5% codes that are coming into play on these 3 teams continue for significant portions of the organization that are developed by these people that you introduced. If they start introducing other people as well, you're picking up these portions on a large number of people, and the numbers get to be astronomical in terms of what's possible by participating over the next 3 to 5 years is our window of opportunity of building this network worldwide.
It's predicted the value of the token will be $840 by December 2025. That's not our prediction. That's from an independent company that has predicted that this token will be $840 per token by December 2025. So accumulate 10,000 tokens by then from your own and from referrals. And 10,000 tokens is not a lot when it's your tokens and your referrals tokens and their referrals tokens. That would be worth to you $8.4 million. Can you think of anything better to do in that time? If the valuation is only half of that prediction, that's still $4.2 million to you. You know, in life, some people make things happen. Some people sit and watch things happen, and some people don't know what's happening. Get your unit ordered, and while you're waiting for it to arrive, start building your team. Tell everyone you know. Hit the ground running. You'll never regret the effort that you put in right now. The income potential is incredible. This will only ever be built once. This is excellent passive income, which means income coming in month on month, year on year from a job just done once. This is not an experiment. This is not something that may happen. It's happening and happening right now. Helium put this together in 2013. They're visionaries. They were talking about the Internet of Things back then when there was very little Internet of Things. So it took a lot of vision. What they've created is the next internet solely for those devices used by thousands of companies that are building hardware and software. The Helium network is designed to make everything better and smarter and more convenient, which all focuses on the Internet of Things. The people at Helium have a 50-year plan. This is not something that's going to come and go. So the sense of urgency is right now. So join today. It's free to join and start referring. Get back to the person you spoke to, get started and start building your team, referring people today. Get your unit ordered as soon as possible and start to earn some exciting income.
Okay, and there we go. So I'll have a link in the description for those that would like to try it. And like I said, I just stumbled on upon this again just recently. Before, there was something like a $500 fee to get your unit. I'm just like, you're saying it's like the internet. The internet is free. Not gonna pay to get a little device, you know, and then try to recoup. any investment there. So this is good. It's free. I think there is a shipping cost. I still haven't figured that out yet because I just put in the request today. So I guess they'll send an email and let me know if there is a cost. I'll keep you guys up to date and let you know if something changes. And until then, let's just sign up, share your link. And as you know, with all of my videos, people that support the channel and the Facebook page, I'll be happy to share your referral link as I post these videos. Okay, until next time, thank you for viewing.